Hey, what's up guys? Got another knife review for you today. This is one I've been looking forward to doing ever since I had heard through the rumor mill that this little guy was on its way from our friends at Kershaw. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kershaw One Ton. You heard me right, folks. 1 ton. This is kind of the long-awaited, at least by me, sequel of sorts to the very popular Kershaw Half Ton, as previously reviewed by me and many of my friends here on YouTube. Very popular knife. So, like I said, this is basically the next step in the Kershaw evolution of the 1 ton series. This is definitely a step up because this is a significantly larger knife. But before we get too much into that, let me spell it out for you with the specs. Close length 4 5/8 inches. Blade length 3 1/2 inches. Overall length 8 1/8 inches. Weight 4.6 ounces. Blade steel on this guy is the widely used HCR13 MOV that Kershaw has definitely been one of the champions of in recent years. It's a Chinese-made steel, comparable to the Japanese AUS 8. The blade shape is, I like to call this a Kershaw drop point. The reason being is that it's a very popular blade shape that they use on a lot of their knives. The blade shape is very similar to that of the half ton for obvious reasons, just kind of a fatty drop point kind of thing, kind of a little chubby guy, which was one of the things that drew me to the original half ton. This does feature what I would call a very high hollow grind. When I say that, I mean you've really only got about maybe 30% of the blade 30% of the blade down before you actually get to the grind and then the belly, and you've got a considerable amount of belly. I mean, look at that. That's wider than my thumb as far as the amount of belly that you get on this guy. Nice little swedge here at the front, very stylish, very handsome looking blade in my opinion. The handle material on this is a bit of a rarity in the Kershaw world, not totally unheard of, but definitely unusual. On this side you've got a smooth G10, very similar to something you'd find on the Spyderco Persistus Tenacious Ambitious line, personally my favorite G10 definitely. And on the other side you've got what I believe is a stainless steel liner slash frame lock. I apologize, I do not know for certain whether or not that this is stainless steel or aluminum. I'm pretty sure that this is stainless steel based upon the weight and the texture of it. It definitely does not feel like Kershaw grade aluminum, but I could be wrong. And again, this is a frame lock, not a liner lock. You don't see too many of those in the Kershaw world. They've got a few, but not too many. They're mostly a liner lock kind of company. The origin on this guy, guys, this is not a Kershaw that is made in the United States. This is made in China, just as it says right there on the blade. So for those of you guys who only buy USA made products, sorry. However, I think you should definitely reconsider, as I feel that this is a very quality product, and the quality control on this is absolutely top notch, which is definitely something that I've come to expect from Kershaw, even in their knives made overseas. Deployment on this guy, you've got pretty generous dual thumb studs, really easy to get your thumb in there, flick that sucker open, even for a big knife. Like I said, this is a very strong frame lock. So you can see you've got a nice early lock up there. Not too late, not too early, kind of right where I like my frame locks to be. Pocket clip on this, they did make an improvement. One of my biggest gripes with the half ton was that you only had one option with the pocket clip. It was right side tip down only. Really cool looking pocket clip, but only one option, definitely not a plus. On this one they stepped it up at least a little bit, gave you tip up, tip down, right side only. Sorry lefties, I don't know why they weren't offering something for you guys on this one, since Kershaw definitely tries to do that for its customers, but on this one they kind of left you out. This is Pillar Construction flow-through design, put together with Torx screws so that you can take this apart for cleaning. Nice 3-screw pocket clip there on there, nice and sturdy. Just enough give to get it in and out of your pocket, but at the same time it's not going to snag on anything and bend it or anything like that, so no worries there. It does feature a lanyard hole. Not really sure you're going to get 550 through there, not without breaking it up into strands, but on something this big I really wouldn't see the need for a lanyard, just my personal opinion, guys. I mean, even for someone like my buddy Edge Weapon E8 with his famous alien hands, this is definitely a larger knife, so even guys with larger hands, definitely in the medium hand size range, I don't think are going to have too much of a problem getting a really good bite on this thing and getting this to fill their hands. This is a very chunky, very sturdy, bulldogish kind of knife. Blade centering, it's a little bit off kilter, a little bit off to the left, not really that far off center, definitely within acceptable tolerances, all things considered. The finish on the blade, it looks like it's kind of a satin bead blast. It's kind of the the traditional bead blast finish that Kershaw does on a lot of their knives. For example, the Clash, very, very similar finish. Actually, virtually identical now that I look at both of them next to each other like that. One of the things I really like about this knife is this right here. It's got this really nice, deep finger choil that, once again, they carried over from the Half Ton. That was definitely one of the finer parts of that knife and one of the things that drew me to it. And they did not disappoint with this one. Very easy to get a very comfortable grip. It just kind of melds right into your hand. You got that nice, feeling when you put your thumb up on the blade there. You know, nice, just grip and texture and everything. It just kind of becomes a part of your hand when you hold it. I just absolutely love the ergonomics on this guy. One big difference that I would have to note between the Half Ton and the 1 Ton. The Half Ton, believe it or not, when you see these side by side, is actually slightly thicker in the frame than the 1 Ton. I had heard through the rumor mill that this was going to be significantly larger, beefier, pretty much in all dimensions as compared to the Half Ton. But while it is definitely larger than the Half Ton in overall scale, blade length, and things like that, the actual handle width is actually thinner. So it's a thinner, more streamlined blade. The blade itself is thicker, as you can see there. Again, it is a larger blade, so that kind of makes sense. But overall, for the size and overall scope and breadth of this knife, this is actually very, very slim and streamlined. That's one of the things that really hooked me right out of the box when I opened it. Was like wow, this is a really big knife, but oh my god, that is so streamlined and smooth and just very handsome. That is definitely something that I was not expecting from this particular knife. As far as other versions of this knife, at the time, Kershaw is just putting out the one you see in front of you. They do not offer a partially serrated version, but that doesn't really surprise me since, again, the Half Ton only comes in one version too. It's kind of just the everyman knife, you know, just kind of the no frills, you know, not really a high cost option, and just a plain blade for every man out there, which I think is one of the appeals of the knife. As far as the deployment itself is concerned, I haven't really had an issue with the deployment since I got it. I did have a bit of an issue with closing it when I initially got it. It was a little bit what I'll call sticky to get the frame lock to disengage, to get the thing closed. But I didn't really have to put any lube or anything on it, really nothing special to get it to grease up and cooperate. Really just use, you know, just sitting there flicking it and just using it on a daily basis. And I have used this pretty much every day since I got it. And I got it just about a month and a half ago, give or take. And I've been carrying it pretty much ever since. So right now, during that time, the frame lock has definitely loosened up. It's very easy to open, very easy to close. Even though it is a bigger knife, you can still flick it with the thumb studs, much like you can on his little brother, the Half Ton. Just flies open. So, excellent job on this one, Kershaw. Okay, let's get some size comparisons here. We'll bring in the previously shown Half Ton, so you can get a good long look at these two up close. Definitely, this is no question that the 1 Ton is the bigger brother. And a fellow Kershaw alumni, the Kershaw Clash. Similar in dimensions to the 1 Ton, but the 1 Ton's just a bit chunkier. And just for kicks, the Spyderco Persistence. Alright, let's get into the carry view here. Show you what it looks like in the pocket. As you can see, slides right in, no real big problem there. One of the things that I've long criticized Kershaw for was the style and carry of the pocket clips on their knives. I've always felt that they were a little bit intrusive and kind of hung out of your pocket a little bit in an obtuse fashion. But for 2011, for the One Ton, they've definitely modified their approach to pocket clips, and as you can see, it definitely rides significantly lower than some of the older Kershaws. It's a very comfortable ride, and because the knife is so slim, you can get your hands in your pockets no problem, and I have no problem giving this one the gold star. So they've definitely ramped it up. Excellent job, Kershaw. Alright, we'll do a quick cutting demonstration here. Again, I have carried this for about a month and a half and have not touched it up. So, we'll see how the blade holds up. Not too bad at all. Excellent job, Kershaw. Bottom line, I think the Kershaw One Ton is one of the best examples of Kershaw doing what they do best. Low cost, high value. Right around the $20 to $25 price point for what you're getting, guys. You get Kershaw's 8CR13 MOV, and if you ask me, they do it better than anyone else. Comes razor sharp right out of the box. You get G10 on one side, you get stainless steel frame lock on the other, tip up, tip down, right side pocket clip, nice full belly blade, great for EDC tasks, great for virtually any tasks, honestly. I know I did not show it in my most recent camping video, but guys, during that entire trip, this right here was my EDC knife, and it exceeded my expectations, just as it has exceeded my expectations for the past month as I've been carrying it. I have absolutely no problem giving this one my recommendation. As a matter of fact, for fans of the Half Ton and fans of Kershaw like myself, I will give this a must buy. Especially right now in the holiday season, if you've got that fellow knife blade head around and you're looking for a really great gift but you don't have a lot of money in the budget to spend on it, this right here is one of the best options. 20, 25 bucks, guys. They'll have a great EDC knife that they can carry on them. They can take camping, they can take, just in their daily tasks, and it will do pretty much anything that you can throw at it. I want to go ahead and thank everyone so much for their time, taking the time to watch this review. I hope you have found it informative and entertaining. For all the best gear, knives, flashlights, you name it, go ahead and check out www.whitemountainknives.com. Enter discount code MJF to get 10% off your order, and it is free shipping inside of the United States. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, stay fit, stay strong, stay supreme. Take care, and I'll see you next time.